Okay, and I'm back. So, Netflix, the streaming giant, has finally released its much awaited, its much anticipated video games that's going to be supposedly streaming, except it's not. It's all just, kind of like a big cheat, and I feel bamboozled. So, let's get into it. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
So, like I said, I kind of feel cheated here. When I first heard of the idea of Netflix streaming video games, actually, I was a little bit excited. I thought, this could be fun. This could be good for the industry. A nice little shakeup. Xbox does something similar already, like the Game Pass or whatever, and it's actually a pretty decent deal. I mean, you have access to a bunch of video games. Like I've had this debate with my kid brother many times. Like, how do they make money? How do they make money off of this? It doesn't make any sense, but they do somehow. I mean, otherwise they wouldn't keep doing it, right? And so maybe they're trying to, I don't know, edge everybody out on of the market, but it doesn't make sense. Nintendo has their own thing now. They're doing the N64. They used to do it for like the streaming service for Super Nintendo games. Now they're doing it for the N64. I hear it's still a little bit glitchy, so I'm not jumping into that straight away. But yeah, apparently it's the way of the future, streaming video games. I don't like it. I've talked about this before. I like having physical copies of things. I don't even like digital downloads. I prefer owning things because otherwise, if the game leaves the service, you're screwed. There's nothing you can do. You're never going to be able to play the game again. So I'd rather own stuff, but whatever, I get it. It's a cheap alternative, and if you play a lot of games and you like variety and stuff, I get it. It's a good deal. And so when Netflix first announced this, I was like, that's an interesting take for the for the future of gaming. But before I get into it, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Super Dario World streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. It's the easiest way for you to contact me: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. That's usually when I log in. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer because of internet issues or life, but whatever. Just send comments there in the chat. You'll appear right here. You can talk between each other, whatever, doesn't matter. It's the easiest way for you to contact me. Also, tomorrow for you guys. Tonight, I'm going to watch The Eternals. So tomorrow, I'm just going to release a video of my thoughts. It'll be spoiler-free, as always. When a movie just comes out, I try to keep things spoiler-free. I'm not at all excited about this movie, and I've broken down why I'm not really excited about this movie, but it's the newest Marvel movie. It's kind of my thing. And so I will watch it tonight, and I'll give you my spoiler-free thoughts tomorrow. Maybe a little spoilers. Maybe. Just a bit. I don't know. I'll think about it. Whatever. But yeah, so you can, again, I'll probably just load the video. It won't be a live stream. That's the point. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to send me something privately, you can always do that on Instagram at DarioSDW and at Super Dario World. Like, subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. Helps the channel grow. But let's get into this. Let's get into the whole Netflix thing. Because, again, I think it's kind of bullshit. So, like I was saying, Netflix officially announced that they will be releasing 5 video games to be played on Androids only. So immediately when I read that I was like, man, this is bullshit. Because I remember back when this news first broke that Netflix was getting into the video game, I was actually pretty excited. I was actually pretty interested in the whole thing because Netflix owns a bunch of really interesting franchises. They don't anymore, but they had Daredevil, they have The Witcher. I don't think they can do a video game of The Witcher because that'd be maybe a conflict of interest. But they have franchises that they could do interesting stuff with, and I was excited for it. It could be maybe imagine like a Telltale game of you. You're, I don't know if maybe you're the victim and you're trying to figure out who's stalking you or something. That could be interesting. That could be fun. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So it was something that I felt could be a nice change of pace. Also, they've been trying this new format of shows where you actually interact with the show and you make decisions. I think they did that for Black Mirror. I think they did that with Bear Grylls, where you actually do the choices for him and you pick his choices and stuff, which, again, it's an interactive form of storytelling that but except it's live. Well, it's live action. And I was like, this could be pretty cool, And then they release this. Again, 5 mobile games. And here's the thing. It's not even streaming games. I'll just break down the story. And you can figure it out on your own, I guess. So this is the story. And I got this from GameSpot. Netflix adds games on Android today. Well, it says tomorrow there, but it means today because this was written November 2nd, which was yesterday. I get it, it can be confusing. No ads, microtransactions, or extra fees. So basically, 5 free games for Android. Following a period of testing, Netflix is expanding its gaming product for many more users. Beginning November 3rd, Netflix games will launch around the world on Android with a release for iOS to follow at some point later. iOS is basically Apple. There will be 5 games available at launch, including Stranger Things 1984 and Stranger Things 3, the game. Why is there 2 Stranger Things games? I don't know. I don't know, but okay. From developer Bonus XP, as well as the sports games Shooting Hoops and Teeter Up from Frosty Pop. So Frosty Pop is the developer. The card game Card Blast from Amuzo, and Rogue Games is the 5th title. Netflix Games is not a streaming service, and each game must be downloaded. Alright, so there's the gist of that particular piece of news. So basically, they're making apps. Netflix paid a developer to make apps, games, based on their franchises, and it sounds like it's going to be free. Now, the games could be fun, but if you remember, I just recently made a rant about mobile games and why I deleted every single one from my phone, because it's just a waste of time and really doesn't go anywhere, and the quality's not really that great. I get why people love them. I don't understand what they're doing without the microtransactions, because I think that that's how the only way they make their money. And from what I've read, it doesn't sound like, let's keep reading, just in case I missed it on, my first glance, but it doesn't sound like you have to be subscribed to Netflix to have these games. So I don't understand. Again, it's one of those things that's like, how are you making money after this? It doesn't make any sense, right? But let's go. We want to begin to build a library of games that offer something for everyone. We're in the early days of creating a great gaming experience, and we're excited to take you on this journey with us. That is said by Netflix's Mike Verdu on a blog post. Netflix Games is a part of the standard Netflix subscription. So you do have to have a subscription, I think. But how do you download something without a subscription? That doesn't make any sense. If you're going into the App Store, you have to prove... Oh, I'm guessing you have to play the game. You have to log into the game. You have to have the subscription. That makes sense. Sir Slayton, you think you're going to have to sign into every game? Subscription is needed. Maybe. I think that when you download the game, in order to unlock it, you have to use your Netflix credentials. And here's we go into something interesting, if that's the way it's going to happen. Is this a way that they can control who has a Netflix subscription? Because, right now, let's say, hypothetically speaking, your dad has a Netflix account. And so your sister uses it, your brother uses it, you use it, your cousin uses it, and your ex-girlfriend uses it, and you all live in different houses. So is this kind of a way the Netflix is like, haha, I'll give you a bunch of free games. Here's a bunch of free games. But we can track on your phones who is using that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dario, doesn't Netflix already track who uses the Netflix account on the phone because, you have the Netflix app on your phone? The answer to that is yes. So honestly, this thing that I was thinking about just right now doesn't make any sense. Because again, if you have Netflix on your phone, they should already be able to track that. I don't know. Again, nothing makes any sense. Nothing makes any sense here, but let's continue reading. Netflix Games is part of the standard Netflix subscription, blah, blah, so playing the games doesn't count as any extra. There are no ads or in-app purchases either. On Android phones and tablets, users will find a dedicated section of the app to download and play each game. Okay? Alright. Okay, so you download them off the app? Yeah, okay. I'm guessing, all right, from that last sentence right there, I'm guessing you download the games off the Netflix app. Okay, I guess that makes a little bit more sense. So it's not an App Store thing. It's directly a Netflix thing. Okay, so, okay, I mean, I'm guessing it's the same way that you download a show or something, an episode or something, and that's the way that's going to work. Okay. The 5 games are available in many, quote-unquote, languages, so each title will automatically default to the language preference in your Netflix profile, blah, blah. Netflix games can be played across multiple devices on the same account, though there is a limit. Netflix didn't say what the limit is, but the company will alert players to this and give them the option of signing out of a different device if need be. Additionally, Netflix games are not available on kids' profiles, the company said. Finally, Netflix said this is the beginning of for what it hopes to achieve in the game space. We're just getting started. We're excited to continue moving our mobile gaming experience and adding to our entertainment offering in the months ahead. It said, Netflix has not announced any plans to offer streaming games like Microsoft and Sony do with Xbox Cloud Gaming and PlayStation Now, respectively, but anything could happen in the future. So, that's the gist of the story, right? Basically, you sign if you have an Android phone, and you have Netflix on your phone, you have a subscription and stuff, you can download the games. Again, 5 free games right now, and you can play it ad-free and all that stuff. I don't see the point. They're not making money. What are they, and at first, immediately my gut reaction was like, are they just trying to track it to see who's using a real account or not to the phone? But you can already download the app to your phone, so it doesn't really make any sense that way either. So what's the point here? The games don't even sound that great. I mean, maybe to hype up a show. Are they going to start making shows that are complemented with games? I don't get it. I don't see a point. It seems like they're just wasting money to try to get into a market that's already kind of dominated. Like the streaming services for video games is kind of already dominated again. Microsoft and Sony are in it. This seems like the reverse Blockbuster, you know, like before Blockbuster dominated the market and then Netflix came in with a new technology and completely stole it from under them. Here, Microsoft and Sony are on par. They have the new technology and they have the better games, and Netflix is trying to just sneak in there with worser games, maybe worser technology. Definitely worser technology, because you can't compare playing a game on Game Pass in your freaking Xbox to playing a free game on your mobile phone. Also, you can't really play a game on your phone if you're watching the show on your phone. A lot of people watch shows on their phones. I don't get it. I don't see the point. I don't understand how they're not just losing money. And I've talked about this before. I think Netflix doesn't have long for this world because they will... They're just in too much debt, and I don't see them making the money back. And they just buy too much crap. I don't get it. But, I mean, it's on par with Netflix's model of just throwing money away at stupid stuff. So, alright, I mean, if you have it, good on you. But other streaming services are catching up. Amazon's catching up. HBO Max is catching up. They have a lot of great... HBO Max has all the DC stuff. Max has all the DC stuff. Disney has every single one of their properties there. So, I mean, there's Peacock, there's, what else? I don't know, what's the Paramount Plus? Everybody's got their own streaming service now, so I don't see, again, a Hulu has stuff. I don't see Netflix being long for this world, and I don't mean like today or tomorrow, but they're just throwing money away at dumb stuff. Like, I don't understand why you would develop a free game and not even make money off of that. How are they going to make money? I don't get it. Maybe tracking data? But not everybody games on... If you have the Netflix app, it's because you want to watch shows, not really because you want to play a crappy game, right? I don't get it. Honestly, I'm stumped on this one. Maybe the future will explain a little bit more, but I just I don't see it going anywhere, and I feel like this is going to be a massive fail. I expected something better. I expected like high quality games. I actually expected them to start buying up video game titles and then just streaming them like Game Pass and stuff. I actually thought that could have been cool. That could have been the way of the future. Imagine if they bought, I don't know, let's say something ridiculous. Let's say they bought the Call of Duty franchise. I don't know, whatever. Or start, even old arcade games. Get the rights for old arcade games, that people love, and you at least get the nostalgia off of it, and you can stream them on Netflix. That'd be cool. Like if they have, I don't know, let's say, Primal Rage. I talked about that recently. I love that game, but I can't find it fucking anywhere. But they buy the rights and they put it on Netflix, and you're like, hey man, I'm gonna keep Netflix so that I can keep playing Primal Rage there. But it's not, and I don't want to play it on my phone. I want to play it on the big screen. So none of this makes any sense. I'm trying super hard to make any sense of this. I can't. I usually try to do mental gymnastics to explain stuff. I can't. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know who the head of this is. I don't know who thought about throwing money out this way. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something here for the future, but I just don't see it. So, on that note, I will probably leave it because, again, like I said, I don't see much here. Not at all. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. You can tell me. As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario SDW. Well, I'm sorry, at Super Dario World, streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like I said, tomorrow I will. Well, today I'm gonna watch the Eternals, so tomorrow I'll just load a video with my quick, spoiler-free thoughts. I know it's really hard. I don't particularly like doing videos that way. And why can't I hear anything? There you go. Is that one? Okay, yeah. I don't love doing videos that way without spoilers because it's really hard and I have to bite my tongue a lot. But maybe at the end I'll do a little bit of spoilers because I feel like this is going to be one of those movies that I'm really going to be able to make fun of. Because it honestly, it looks terrible, and from what I've read, it doesn't sound great. And I've been calling this out from the beginning, that this movie's gonna suck. I hope I'm wrong. I don't think so, but I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, if you want to send me something privately, you can always do that on Instagram at DarioSTW and at Super Dario World. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.